Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. This is your Man City preview. I'm going to spoilers this week because tomorrow we've got Big Steve on from Man City's channel. He's going to be previewing the game as well. He's going to let me know what he thinks of Newcastle, how Man City are getting on, how he sees the game going, the general crack. And then tomorrow we'll probably touch on Eddie Howe's press conference back in the Premier League on Friday morning. But for now, this video is brought to you by Circl. Shout out Circl for sponsoring this one. This weekend, the 12:30 kickoff. We're going to kick off the weekend with a big Circl for you lot to enjoy. Get involved. Hit that QR code there. Hit the link in the description. Have a scan of that. Get involved. It's the Shifter Special this weekend. £300 jackpot for just a £3 entry. So there's loads of fun to be had there. Big prize. Get in there. I'm in there. Good luck. Scan the QR code. Get involved. Make sure you drop your comments below as well, how you see the game going at the Etihad. 12:30 kickoff. It's an early start for Newcastle. Newcastle need to kick off the Premier League action this weekend. BT Sport. And one of the worst places to go for Newcastle, isn't it? You know what I mean? Our record there is honking. Absolutely honking. Stinks. I'll tell you what, I'll read it out for you now, just to get everyone in a good mood. Do you know what I mean? So we'll read out the record at the Etihad. 5-0 defeat last year. 2-0. 5-0 again, 2-1, 3-1, 6-1. How was that game? 6-1 when Mitrovic took the lead. 5-0. So there's 3 5-0s in the space of the last 6 years or so there. And then we won 2-0. Rolando Aaron's business, but that was in the League Cup. League Cup that was. Lost 4-0, lost 4-0, lost 3-1, lost 2-1, lost 2-1, lost 3-1. So yeah. I don't even know when the last time we won there in the Premier League was. It's not on me. It's not on you, and that goes back to 2003. So it's not looking good, bruv. But I tell you what, Man City haven't been at their best, have they, this season? Really. Well, the worrying thing is that they have got better in recent weeks. I know Chris Wood, my good old mate Chris Wood, scored an equaliser for Nottingham Forest against Man City a couple of weeks back, but they dominated that game. They should have won 6 or 7-0 there, man. They're starting to look deadly again, create chances again. I seen them against Bristol City in the FA Cup on TV the other night, and you know, Bristol did have some moments. Bristol did look good in spells. I think that's a tough place to go though. The crowd was well up for it. It was FA Cup, was on telly. City got the job done, 3-0 in the end. De Bruyne showed his class. Phil Foden coming back to his best after injuries and a bit of a rocky patch after the World Cup. So it's probably not a good time to play them, especially when Arsenal winning last night has took them 5 points clear at the top. Although that being said, pressure is now on Man City. Speaking of Big Steve on his channel there, make sure you check out the preview over there. You know, the pressure is on massively and they can't afford to lose any game, drop any points, he said. He said a draw would be a very bad result for Man City this weekend. And that's coming up against, 5th place Newcastle, who are now 4 points off the top 4 with 2 games in hand on Tottenham Hotspur, who got knocked out of the FA Cup last night. So it's a chance for Newcastle, man. Not this weekend, I'm not saying, but I mean, they get into the top 4. I said it on the overlap. Massive chance for us to get into the Champions League this season. There'll never be a better moment for me with the fall off of Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, or, you know, yeah, they beat City the other week and then they got beat, and they're so inconsistent. Conte is abroad still. Son hasn't been at it. You know, it's what a chance. And I'm not expecting it this weekend. I'll be talking about that more next week. You know, when we're coming against Wolves at home, that's the big game. That's the must win. That's when we need to get back on track. But is it a good thing then that Man City are in a title race, in a push, behind for a change, 5 points behind, pressure's on? It's just a question of, will they thrive on that, or can Newcastle, you know, capitalise on that? I think you look at, I mean, I was going to say if Newcastle get the first goal, it could change things, but it doesn't really. I mean, you look back at that. I mean, like I said, I was there. Mitrovic, 1-0 up, get beat 6-1. Man City, as soon as they click, one pass finds another, goal, bang, bang. It was like St James's Park at the start of the season. 3-1 up and we end up drawing 3-3. You know, what a game that was. Could we expect something similar this weekend? I'd be very surprised. I would be very surprised. Mainly because we can't score for shit now. We really can't score. You know what I mean? We're so goal shy, it's unbelievable. And I'm going to get into team selection in a minute. I think we should make some big changes this weekend. But look at now, Callum Wilson. We'll just get into the team now, actually. Bollocks to it. Callum Wilson out. Isak in. That's what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. That's the change that's got to be made. Wilson has looked a shadow of himself since that World Cup. I think he put his heart and soul into getting into Gareth Southgate's squad. And he's a broken man now. You know what I mean? I think he's only training a couple of days a week. I don't think he can get up to speed. I think it's just going to benefit him if he rests him, bring him on with 20 minutes to go, start giving him 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes. Because at the minute, he's not the one, like, because you're seeing, I was looking back at the final, managed to bring myself around to watch it again yesterday, and there's a moment very early on in the game when we play the ball in from the right-hand side. It might have been Longstaff in the box, I think. It's at the back post. Callum Wilson, 6 months ago, a year ago, gets on the end of that and slots it home. He's nowhere to be seen. The ball's coming across and he's back here. He would be there on that ball, bang, a few months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Now he's just wandering behind defenders, struggling, you know what I mean, knackered. He's shattered and his body's broken. I mean, like, Isak, I thought Isak was bright against Man United. I thought he was, you know, he was very quick, causing them problems. I think start him against City. Start him as well, because City can be got at. They've shown this season. The keeper's made a couple of blunders. The defence is a bit misjointed. You know, they're playing Akanji there 1 week. They're playing Rico Lewis there at fullback. Letting Cancelo go because of a fallout. We can make the most of that. We've got to get the runners at them. Alan St. Maximin, like he did against Kyle Walker, whoever it is this weekend. St. Maximin, Almiron, Isak, Anthony Gordon. We're not even talking about Anthony Gordon yet, you know what I mean? Couldn't play against Man United in the cup tie because of playing for Everton earlier in the season. Pace is the key to getting something out of this game. Pace is what's going to frighten Man City's fullbacks and defence. St. Maximin, Isak, Almiron, and then bring off Gordon on the bench. Or do we look to change it completely? Is it the time to change formation? For me, I'd probably wait until next week for that. But I wouldn't be against it. Look, I wouldn't be against seeing the 4-2-3-1 and playing. And we're reading here today as well that there's potential that Bruno Guimaraes could be missing. He's apparently picked up a knock after that game against Man United. So he could be out. We'll hear from Eddie Howe tomorrow, but he won't give anything away, so nothing will change there, I'd imagine. So you could be playing Longstaff and Joe Linton in the two there. You could have St. Maximin, Gordon, Almiron behind Isak, something like that if you wanted to go for it. That is probably too risky against Man City, to be fair. That's why I said leave it until a home game next week against the likes of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Eddie Howe, if you want to keep things tight, I think you'll probably be hoping Willock's fit. Be hoping you could start St. Maximin still, like, or Gordon. I'm looking for Almiron in this game. Signed his new contract last week. Can Jack Grealish come out before this game? Can Jack Grealish come out today and just start taking the piss out of Miggy again, please? Can Grealish start taking the piss out of Almiron again? That'd be amazing. And then he might score some goals again. Do you know what I mean? Get on this, get rid of that, you know, because the paper patch is over. But I'm going to back Miggy to bring back the patch this weekend, because I think that's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how Grealish and Almiron get on, what pre-game, during the game, because Grealish is starting to hit some form for City as well. He was rested the other night in the FA Cup. But I fancy our pace to cause Man City problems. It's just, will Isak start and can he finish? Or will Callum Wilson start and can he get on the end of things, which he hasn't in weeks and weeks. So I think there's opportunity there to score goals this weekend, but Pope back is obviously a bonus, even though I think Karius did very well. Obviously Dubravka will be back on the bench as well. But yeah, City with a fully rested Erling Haaland, because he didn't play at all against Bristol in the Cup. Foden come back to his best. Grealish getting into some form, fully rested. De Bruyne picking out passes and scoring screamers the other night. Ooh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. It's going to be really hard to keep them out, whether it be Pope, Dubravka or Karius. I'd be surprised if any one of them kept a clean sheet. We haven't kept a clean sheet at the Etihad since 2006. And that was Steve Harper. Yeah, so it's not an easy task. And if you look at Man City, right, the last time they didn't score a goal at the Etihad was October 2021 when they got beat off Palace 2-0. It's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous the amount of goals that they're scoring. They've won 10 Premier League home games this season. The only side to beat Man City was Brentford. Brentford at the Etihad, and then Everton also drew there. So it gives you a bit of hope. You know, they've played this week in the FA Cup. Big Steve was talking about the amount of games they've had in the last 20-odd days. They've still got Champions League. I think it's next week, the second leg against Leipzig, is it? So they've got a lot of games as well. They've played this week. Newcastle have had a week to focus, concentrate, refresh, get back to Premier League focus, get back to that hunt for top 4. So, you know what it is? The more I think about it, I'm going to back us to get a result. I'm going to go 1-1. I was thinking 2-2 there, but I'm not sure if we've got 2 goals in us and what team plays. But I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to go from optimistic 1-1. If you want to hear a head prediction, head over to Big Steve's channel. You probably don't know. Let's stay with the optimism. You know what I mean? I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go for a draw for Newcastle. I think that would be obviously an unreal result. Fantastic start to the weekend. And then we'll look to really get back to winning ways. I'll take a draw. I'll take Newcastle this weekend. Winning ways next week against Wolves. All right. Cheers for watching, everyone. Make sure you drop your comments below. Get your score predictions in there. Subscribe to my channel TV. And I'll see you on the next one.